This afternoon we're going to be tying an Albie fly. It's called the Albies. And it's a fly that I started tying about 3 or 4 years ago when everybody was getting frustrated trying to catch these pelagics on fly rods. And knock on wood, so far it's been a pretty productive fly for me. We're going to start out with a Mustad 34007 hook, stainless steel, and a size 2. The size 2 seems to be the right size hook for this anchovy type fly. I'm going to start out by tying in my monofilament thread just behind the eye of the hook, some of a slinky flash, and we're going to flip the hook over and we're going to tie in just a little bit, keeping the fly sparse on the underside of the hook. Remember, sparse is better on these flies. And we're going to tie that in just like so. And we're going to flip, of course, the hook over, and we're going to do that same step with the same material, just a little tiny bit more for the top of the fly. So once we have white kinky fiber in, the next step is I'm going to take a little bit of pink just to give it a little bit more color. So now we got that pink kinky fiber in. Now I'm going to take a little bit of crystal flash. We're going to add a little bit of pink crystal flash just to give it a little bit more color. And you don't want this to extend past, so you take out those long ones. You don't want it to extend past the other materials that you've already tied in. The last bit of material we're going to add to the fly is a brownish green kinky fiber that's going to represent the back of the bait. And if you look at these small anchovies in the water, when they're in a big school, it almost looks like a cloud of dark seaweed moving along. So let's build up a little bit of a mono head. Okay, keeping it pretty symmetrical if you can. And then what we're going to do, we're going to just take a whip finisher, tie that off. And that way you get your thread right out of your way. No more material is going to be added to this fly. Now what we're going to do is we're going to epoxy this. Before we epoxy it, we're going to put on little holographic eyes. Put your eyes on first and then give it 2 coats before you put it on the drying wheel. So in the essence of time, we're going to put the eyes on first. A little bit of patience. You can get them on there just like fishing. Got to have the old patience. All right, we have our eyes on. Just a little bit of 5-minute epoxy. And it just comes right out. Equal measures. I'm going to blend the hardener with the resin. And you got 5 minutes to work with this stuff. So you want to be quick, but you want to be a little bit patient to make sure you get it on pretty evenly. The first glob I like to put right in between the eyes. And then I'll just rotate the vise accordingly to have it go all the way around. Over the eyes. It's building like a little small bubble head. After about a minute or so, we'll put it right onto the drying wheel. And that way, as the wheel spins, it keeps that head perfectly round, perfectly symmetrical. And that completes the Albie fly.